Good evening, everyone. My name is Unnikrishnan, and I'm a Evolve Python progressive coder. I have been part of the Evolve group for the past 8 to 10 months. So, first of all, I would like to thank the team for giving me an opportunity to take the class. Thank you, ma'am, and the team. So, I hope everyone is ready for the session. So, the name of the session is Deciphering the Complexity of Data Science. So, we will be understanding data science in its simplest form. So, I'll try my maximum to make sure that each and every one of you get a general idea about what data science is and what are its application and job opportunities and all. So, first of all, I would like to say that data science is actually a large complex topic, but I have tried my maximum to simplify the topic. So I hope you'll be able to catch up with me. So first of all, let's begin with what is actually data. So there are many definitions for data, but since we are going here we are only looking at a general view, we can consider data just as a information. These data can be of various types, like there are different data types and different data structures and all. When we study data science in deeper, we will get to understand each of these different data types and data structures and all. So I'll give you some examples of data. Data can be anything, like it can be a number such as 1, 2, 3. When we speak about age of a person, when we speak about the phone number and such data that can be expressed in numerical terms. And data can also be text. By text, I mean something that can be expressed in the alphabets such as the name of a person, the profession, the gender, or such things. So it can be number, it can be text, it can be even an image. An image is actually a collection of large amount of data. We know that the human body is made up of many minute particles called cell, right? Similarly, an image is made up of many tiny particles or minute particles called pixels. And each of these pixels have some data in it. For example, an image will be made up of thousands of pixels. And in each of these pixels, the pixel contains some data, like how much color that pixel have. Like this much red color is present in this picture. In this pixel, this much blue, this much green is present in like that. Each and every pixel contains some data. So all these pixels together form the image. So we can say that image has data in it. And if image has data in it, obviously video would also have data, right? Because video is nothing but image played one after the another in a regular interval. So even video has some data in it. It can be digital audio. By digital, I mean that something that we see in electronic devices like computer, mobile, television, etc. So it can be audio. It can be binary. Binary means nothing but zeros and ones, the language of 0 and 1. It is usually used by the machines and computers all to communicate and all. And it can be even bits. We usually talk about bits when we refer about the memory. So we have heard about 32 bits, 64 bits, right? Like that. So data is nothing but information or individual facts, figures, or statistics collected through observation. So this data can be either number, it can be a text, it can be a digital image, it can be a video, it can be audio, it can be binary, it can be bits, and there are many other forms, like it can be a Boolean expression, it can be a CSV file. CSV file means comma separated files, and there are many other formats. All of these contain data. So hope you are able to catch up, right? Can I see a reply in the chat box? Are you able to catch up? Yeah, I'm getting a reply. Okay, thank you. So let's proceed. Now coming to the point, what is data science? So there are a lot of definitions for data science. This is the simplest one that I could come up with. So I have tried my maximum to keep it simple. So we can say that data science is nothing but it's a process where we collect a large amount of data. We clean this data. By clean, I mean to arrange this data, to sort out this data, or to to present the data in an orderly manner. And after that, we eliminate the unwanted data from this, and then we analyze the data. We form insights from the data. Insights means there would be hidden meanings, or there would be hidden patterns in the data. We find out these hidden patterns and meanings, and then we present it in the form of a graph or something like that. Then we use that to solve real life problems. So let's look at the simple definition. Analyzing a large amount of data and trying to extract some relevant knowledge from it and using it to tackle real life problems. Analyzing means studying. So we are studying a large amount of data. Data science always deal with a massive amount of data, not just one or two entries. We deal with thousands and lakhs of data. So from this thousands and lakhs of data, we first of all order the data or arrange the data. We remove unwanted data from it, and we organize the data in a column and row manner so that it is easier to understand. And then we express this clean or structured data in the form of a graph, or in the form of a graph. It can be of pie chart, it can be of a bar graph or any line graph or anything like that, so that we can get a clear picture about the data. And from this we form insights, and we use this insight to solve real life problems. So simply we are doing what is, we are converting information into value. So let me tell you, I hope everyone would have seen this logo, right? It's the logo of YouTube. So let me ask you a question. I hope each and every one of you use YouTube in your daily life, right? If yes, you can put it in the chat box. Yeah, almost every one of you use YouTube in your daily life. So let me ask you, what kind of videos do you watch in YouTube? Is it any videos related to sports, or is it any information or educational? Yeah, Neil here is saying that he watched tech videos, so gaming videos, coding related videos, okay, science, technology, art tutorial, okay, entertainment. Yeah, then there would you guys would watch movies, right? Songs, and then what we have cartoons. So yeah, all of us use YouTube in our daily life. So I'll give you an example. Suppose I take my phone or I take my laptop, I open YouTube, then I want to see a video. Suppose I want to see a video related to a football match. So I take YouTube and I search Argentina versus Brazil. So I search, I get some videos, I watch some videos. Some of them I skip the videos, some of the videos I watch completely, some of them I won't even open. And like that, I spend about a half hour in YouTube and then close YouTube, put my phone there, and I leave from the place. Now, suppose in the next day, I again come in front of my phone, I take it, I open YouTube, and at that time, I can observe that in my home screen itself, YouTube would have many recommendations for me. And most of these recommendations would be videos related to the one that I have searched before. Have any of you experienced this before? Like seeing the similar kind of videos that you have watched in your home screen itself, YouTube recommending you? Yeah, this is the recommendation system that exists in YouTube, which is made up of data science. This is one of the important applications of data science. So what actually happens here is, when we open YouTube itself, YouTube starts to collect our data. It will keep record of what all we do in the app, like what all videos we see in YouTube, how much time we spend in YouTube, how much time we spend in each video of YouTube, and how much which all videos we skip, which all videos we saw completely. Like that, YouTube keeps a record, and then YouTube analyzes this data. It will look at which kind of videos I saw more. Like suppose YouTube finds that most of the videos I find are related to football, it makes a conclusion that I'm a football fan. Then it again goes deeper, like how much in football, what in the match of which team do I see the most. Like YouTube finds that most of the videos I have watched are related to the team Argentina. So YouTube makes a conclusion that I might be a fan of Argentina because most of the videos I have seen are related to this team in one way or the another. So from this, YouTube makes a conclusion that I would make a conclusion that I would be a fan of Argentina and I am a good fan of football. So the next time I open YouTube, they try to suggest or recommend me videos related to the ones that I have shown. Okay, is everyone clear? Yes. Okay. So this is just one example of application. We will see more in the coming slides. So you see here, the center left circle you see, the gray one, it represents mathematics, and the green one on the center right represents computer science, and the bottom, the brown one, it represents business. So you see, all these three circles have a portion common in them, right? This portion represents data science. So what I mean by this is data science has some part of maths in it, some part of computer science in it, and some part of business in it. So all these three subjects are involved in data science. I don't mean that all mathematics are included in data science. Some parts of mathematics, some parts of computer science, some part of business. When we talk about mathematics, hope all of you have heard about statistics, right? You might have studied in your classes. Yeah. So statistics, data science make use of statistics in a large manner. You might have studied about average, mean, median, measures of central tendencies and all. Such things you might have studied in your classes. So all these are of great help in data science. And when we come to computer science, obviously we want one programming language, right, to code it and all. So we either use Python or we use the R programming language. We can also use many other programming languages, but Python and R are the most frequently used dealing with data science. So apart from a programming language, we in computer science we have and machine learning, right? You might have heard about it. So these two fields are also used in data science. And in business, mainly we talk about marketing. To do analysis on the sales of a company, to do analysis on the revenue of a company. And most of the applications of data science also comes in business. Like when an organization or when a company wants to increase its sales or increase its revenue, it hires data analysts and data scientists to get a clear idea about the marketing and about its different sales and revenue it has. So data science has some maths in it because it makes use of statistics. Also, you might have heard of algebra, right? Data science also make use of algebra. So we can say that data science involves some mathematics in it. Then we have computer science. Obviously, we want a programming language to code up. So we use either R programming language or we use Python. And obviously, there is machine learning and artificial intelligence and all that are coming under data science. So obviously, we need computer science. And when we talk about business in data science, there is marketing to do, there is sales analysis, there is revenue analysis and all. So we can say that data science is the portion that is common to maths, computer science, and business. Hope you are able to catch it, right? Yes. Okay. So let's get an example. I want a name. So what can we name this friend? We have a friend here. We need to name this guy. What can we give a name to this friend? Bob. Peter. Yeah, Peter sounds a good name. So I'm naming this guy here Peter. Our Peter here is facing a small problem. Let's see what's the problem. So he's in a dilemma. He doesn't know which programming language to learn. But he has decided that he will learn one programming language, but he doesn't know which programming language to learn. So let's see, what are the different programming languages out there? Can you list some names of the programming languages that you know or you have heard about? Any programming language? Java, Python, C, C++, Python, binary, Java, Python. Okay. So yeah, COBOL, JavaScript, C++, Ruby. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see. And there is C out there, there is C++, there is Java, there is R programming language, there is Python, and many other programming languages are out there. Yeah, PHP, Java. Yeah. Okay, so there are so many programming languages out there. So this our friend here, Peter, is in a trouble. He doesn't know which programming language to learn, but he has decided that he will learn one programming language. And he has one more condition. The programming language that he is learning should fetch him the maximum amount of salary or maximum amount of money in his future. So he will learn only that programming language that he thinks that will fetch him the maximum money or maximum salary in the future. You get me? Do you understand the problem faced by our friend Peter here? Yes. So our friend Peter here is facing a problem. He wants to learn a programming language, and there are so many programming languages out there. So he doesn't know which one to learn. But of course, he has made one condition that the programming language that he is going to learn should fetch him the maximum amount of salary or should give him the maximum money in his future. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's see what our friend Peter here do to solve this problem. So first of all, is collection. He is collecting data. By collecting means acquiring or getting data. That's the thing he's going to do first. So he called some of his contacts or some of his friends who are working in fields related to programming. He asked them which programming language they use in their career and how much salary they are getting from their career and such things. He asked his contacts and his other friends. He also asked some of his relatives who work in fields relating to computer science and inquire them about the salary they get from each programming language and art. He asked he asked his teachers, he asked his colleagues and students, and he got some data from the World Wide Web, that is from the internet, and he got some data from databases and from other sources. So he collected data from a wide variety of sources. He called some of his friends who is working in fields related to computer science. He asked them which programming language they use in their life and in their career, and how much average salary they get from they get. He asked his relatives, he asked his teachers, he asked his students and colleagues. He got some from the internet, from databases, and from other sources. So there are many websites out there like Stack Overflow and all. From that you can get ready-made databases about different data records and all. So finally he made a record of all the data he collected. So yeah, the first column here represents the name of the respondent. The second M means male, F means gender. This third column represents the age. Fourth, the programming language that they use in their career. And the fifth one, obviously, the salary they get. K means 1,000. So this guy here get 50,000 salary. So Harry, Hermione, Ron. Does this name sound familiar to anyone of you? Does anyone of you know this? These three names. Yeah, Harry Potter. Okay, yeah. And what about the rest? Rob, Arya, Bran, Sansa, Rickon. Have you heard of them? Yeah. Where are they from? Okay, never mind. So what I'm saying is, he collected, first of all, data. He called his friends, relatives, from the teacher, from his students, from the internet, and from databases. And he made a record of this data. So he was facing a problem. What was the problem? He didn't know which programming language to learn. So he had one condition: the programming language that he learned should fetch him the maximum amount of money or salary in future. So first, for solving that problem, he first of all collected data. He called some of his friends, he called his relatives, teachers, students, World Wide Web, and databases. And he proceeded to the next step. Let's see what's the next step is. The next step is cleaning the data. By cleaning, I mean organizing the data, sorting the data, or arranging the data. You see a difference here? You can see the name of the columns, you can see number of rows and all, right? So first of all, he sorted the data. He arranged the data in a orderly manner. He gave title to each of the columns. He numbered the rows and all. So he arranged the data in an orderly manner. The next step is to remove unnecessary data or to eliminate unnecessary data. We only need relevant data to here. We only need relevant data. So what was the problem he was facing? He wanted to know which programming language to learn. And he had a condition that programming language should fetch him the maximum amount of salary, right? So here we are trying to find a relationship between the programming language that a person is working with and the salary that he or she is getting, right? So which data can we eliminate from this? To find a relationship, to solve our problem, do we need to know the name of our respondents? Can I see the reply in chat box? Do you think it is necessary to know the names of the respondents to find a relationship between the Python program, the programming language and the salary they get? No, obviously no, right? Now, what about gender? Do we need to know the gender about the respondent? No, obviously. And of age, is age important? No. What about programming language? Yes. Okay, we need programming language. And what about salary? Yes, we need salary also. So, in order to clean the data, we need to remove the unwanted data entries, right? So we can remove gender, we can remove name, we can remove age. Okay. So finally, he removed the unwanted data, and now here the data he has is structured and clean in a good manner. So as I said before, we are only considering a sample of data. In actual life, in real life, we deal with a massive amount of data. But to make it simple and clear, to make it more precise, I have only considered about 9 entries here. Okay. So in real life, we use a large amount of data. So just consider that this is a sample of the data that our friend Peter here has collected. Okay. So can we move to the next step? Okay. Yes. Let's start. Okay. Next step is to visualize the data. We can understand some things from the clean data that we saw before, but to get a clear, more precise picture, we represent the data in the form of a graph, in the form of either in the form of a pie chart, or either in the form of a bar graph or bar chart or line graph or anything like that, a good graph that suits the situation. So here our friend Peter here thought that bar chart would be the best way to represent the data he has. So he represented the clean data in the form of a bar chart. So in the y-axis, we have the salary of each programming language. This is in thousands: 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000, 10,000, 0. And in the x-axis, we have the programming languages: C, C++, R, Java, Python. This is just a sample. In real life, we have more complex data. So from this graph, what do you think will be the best? What do you think will be the best programming language that is suitable for our friend Peter? Okay, obviously Python, right? Because why? Why? Because Python here gives about 50,000 of an average salary of 50,000, whereas others give only less than 50,000. So obviously Python seems a good choice, right? So our friend here decided to learn Python programming language. So see how our friend here Python. So see how our friend Peter here use data science to solve their real life problems. This is a simple idea of what data science or what the process of data science is actually is. So first of all, he had a problem. He didn't know which programming language to learn. So, but he knew one thing, that the programming language he learned should fetch him the maximum amount of money. So the first thing he do is collect a large amount of data. For that, he referred to his friends, to his relatives, to the internet, and many other sources. And in the next step, he cleaned the data. He organized the data. He eliminated unwanted entries, and he arranged the data in an orderly manner. And in the third step, he visualized the data. This is a simple idea of what data science process actually is. There are some more steps involved in data science, but since this problem is a simple problem, we didn't discuss about those steps. So our friend here decided to learn Python. So did everyone understand the example? Yes. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, no. So shall we proceed? Okay, no doubt. Yes. Okay. So let's get to more detail about what the process of data science is. First step involves collection of data. We are collecting a large amount of data. This data can be collected from various sources. It can be from your friends. It can be from the internet. We can even conduct surveys. Normally, organizations conduct survey, right? You might have uh, uh, you might have experienced people coming to your home about asking you about the different types of product that you use, and some people even call you to get feedback about the products that you have purchased from there, right, like that. We can collect data, and in the next step we clean the data. By clean, I mean eliminating the unwanted data, then arranging the data in a column and row manner, then eliminating unwanted data and arranging it in an orderly manner. Then forming insights. This is an important step in data science that we didn't discuss in the example. I didn't discuss this step in the previous example because the example we had was a simple one. It didn't have much insights to form. So by insights, I mean hidden patterns or hidden relationships. For instance, for example, we can say that sometimes the age of a person and the salary of a person may have a relation in them. It is not evident in all examples, but we can see that in most of the cases, there might be a relationship between the age and salary of a person. Higher the age, higher will be the salary. Why? Because when the person is of high age, there is chance that he might have more experience in working, and an experienced worker have more chances of getting high salary. But this is not a rule of thumb. It may vary from situation to situation, but just in a simplified way, we can say that the age and the age of a person and the salary of a person is have some correlation in between, directly related. So like that, we find the relationship between data in each of these data. In the data set, we try to find the relationship or hidden patterns in this data. And the next important step is creating a model. If you have studied machine learning, you might know what you might know what a model is. So simply, we are training the machine or training our computer and helping it to make predictions by itself. So suppose I'm telling my computer, I'm giving a large amount of data to my computer. Suppose I enter to my computer that a person of age 22 years who is a male who is working in a career related to Python is getting a salary of about 20,000. And I give another data like similarly a person of age 22 years who is using Python in his career is getting a salary of 22,000. Like that, I give a large amount of data to the computer or to the machine. So I say 23 years old guy get this much salary, 24 years old guy get this much salary. Like that, I feed the computer with lots of examples and lots of data. Then suppose I don't know what would be the average salary of a person of 30-year-old, a 30-year-old male who uses Python Python as his programming language. I don't know what would be the average salary of that person. So I have already given a large data set to my computer. I have trained my computer, right? So I will tell my computer to predict or to say what it thinks would be an average salary of that 30-year-old guy who is working in a career related to Python. So first of all, the machine or first of all the computer will analyze the data it had that I had feed it. Then from this data, it will make a relevant conclusion and it will make a prediction. Suppose it will say that the person has chance of getting a salary of about 32,000. So the accuracy of this prediction may vary from situation to situation. It depends upon how much data we feed the computer or we feed the machine, how much trained the machine is. Like that, it depends upon the situations. So we are simply training the computer or training the machine to make predictions by itself. Okay, so that's what creating a model is. So we use machine learning to create models. And the next step is visualizing. As we discussed before, after forming insights and collecting, cleaning and all, we visualize the data so that we can get a general idea about the data and we can make relevant conclusions from it. Okay, so the steps are: first is collection of data, then we are cleaning the data, then we are forming insights, then creating models, visualizing. Forming insights means finding out hidden patterns or relationship, like the relationship between age and salary of a person. And like are the two entries or are the two categories directly related to each other? So we were discussing about the process of data science. First of all, collection of data, cleaning the data, forming insights, creating models, and visualizing. So can we proceed? Can I get a reply in the chat box? You are able to hear, right? I'm not getting any replies. Okay. So now we'll discuss some of the applications of data science. One of the application we discussed earlier, that was in YouTube. And the same system, that is recommendation system, is also used in other social media such as Facebook, Google, and other e-commerce websites such as Amazon, Flipkart also make use of this. So in Facebook, you might have seen that you might get many friend suggestions, right? From Facebook, you might get many friend suggestions that you might know and all. And in Google itself, you might have seen even when I search PY, I can get a many suggestion that Python in the drop-down menu. Just from these two letters, Google realized that I am searching for Python. So it makes use of data science for recommending these things. And you might have seen in, for example, if you have used many e-commerce websites such as Flipkart or Amazon. Suppose I took Amazon and I searched for a product, suppose shoes from Nike. So I searched in Amazon about shoe from Nike. I see 2 or 3 products, but I decided to buy it later and I closed Amazon. And then wherever I go, like whichever website I see, or whatever I search in the Google, I can see that many advertisements pops up in my screen related to the product that I have checked in the e-commerce website. I can see many suggestions about the different kinds of shoes that are from Nike and all. So this is nothing but because of data science. Then another application is in our virtual assistants. So do all of you have made use of these virtual assistants? Does anyone of you have it in your home? Yes, I see. Okay, so can you name some virtual assistants? I'll give you the first example. Home from Google Home. Alexa. Alexa is by which brand or company? Can anyone tell? Alexa. Apple. Yeah. Apple or Amazon? Can you fix? Alexa. Alexa belongs to which? It belongs to Amazon. Now the next, Siri. Siri belongs to which brand? Apple, right. And what about Cortana? Have you heard of Cortana? Anyone? Yeah, Microsoft. You might see it in Windows, Microsoft itself. So I see you have a good idea about this and all. So you see, whenever we ask our Google Assistant or any other virtual assistant, they always study about our question, and they always study our response, what we do in our daily life. They always keep a record of it, like what all reminders we set in our phone, and what all are our daily routines. The virtual assistants keep a record of all of these. And similarly, whenever we ask some questions to this kind of assistants, they keep a record of these questions in their databases, so that they can use these questions or they can use these responses in the future to improve themselves. So virtual assistants make all of these virtual assistants are connected. So like even if you use your Google Assistant and ask it some questions, and later Google make use of this question to improve their virtual assistant. Then when they improve, even I can benefit from these improvements. Then another important application comes in sports and other prediction systems. Does everyone here watch any sports like football, cricket, or anything like that? Yeah, football match. Yeah. So you might have noticed that before the beginning of the match, we can see a lot of data displayed in the screen, like many different kinds of graphs, line graphs, bar charts, and all. They will show, and they will make many predictions. Right, there are 75% chance that this team will win the match. There are only there is 50%. There is 50% chance that this player will shoot the ball to the goal post, and the penalty will be done in a good manner. Like that, they give different data analysis. Right, the beginning of the match itself we can see. So this is also by using the prediction system in our data science. So what they do is they first of all they collect data from the previous matches and look at this data, study the data, analyze the data, and make relevant conclusions. So look at the previous matches that this team had played with, and see how much of the matches did the team won, and in how much of the matches did the team lose. Like that, they keep a record, and by analyzing this data, they make predictions like whether the team will win in the next match or not. So these are the three important applications. There are many other applications also, like in our real, like not virtually, but in retail shops and all, you might have seen. Like if you are going to a supermarket and all, you can see that there is a definite pattern in which these supermarket owners or workers arrange their product. There is a pattern to there is a place for each and every product, and they assign each and every product by doing a lot of data analysis. So it is used in different kinds of areas. So I just put forward these three important applications that I thought would be more connected. So one is the recommendation system, such as in YouTube, Facebook, Google, or in about e-commerce websites. Then we have our virtual assistants. Then we have our prediction system. These three are some major applications. Are you able to catch up? Yeah, okay. So let's proceed, right? Yeah, yes. Cleaning of data. We mainly use pandas for cleaning data. So to arrange the data in a column row manner and to remove unwanted data entries and all, we use pandas. And then we have matplotlib here. Matplotlib is, the name itself suggests plot, right? It is used to plot a graph, let it be bar graph, pie chart, or line graph, whatever. We use matplotlib to plot graphs and all. Then we have scikit-learn. We discussed about creating model earlier, right? So we use scikit-learn to do machine learning and all, to create models and all. We use scikit-learn. So everyone make note of this for tools in data science, and look at the logo of all these. It might come handy in the nearby slides. But yeah, in US dollars. So I think $1 is about 74 Indian rupee or something like that. So it will reach to a high amount, obviously, when we convert it to Indian rupee. So data science is obviously a good job that will fetch you a large amount of money. So data scientist, data analysis, data engineer, all of them do similar kind of work, but their specializations may vary. So statisticians would be more engaged in finding out the in mathematics, like in finding out the mean, median, mode, like that, average, and that will be the main things done by them. And marketing analyst here will be more concentrating on how to improve the marketing of a company. And similarly, business intelligence analysis mainly focused on business and art. So these are some of the major job opportunities in data science. So hope you are getting a clear idea about it. Are you able to follow? Data scientists give the most salary. Yeah, I agree. Harinarayan, I agree with you. Since in a time like this, where data is of obviously great importance, right? There are many issues regarding data privacy and all. So in the future, obviously, not in the future, in the present itself, data is very demanding, and data science is very demanding. Hope you are able to follow. So let's proceed. Now it's quiz time. Everyone ready for the quiz? Yes. So before our quiz, do you have any doubts or any queries and all? No queries, no doubts. Okay, let's proceed to the quiz. So simple questions. Which among these can be considered as data? Option A, individual facts. Option B, information. Option C, individual figures. Option D, all of these. So I see D, all of these here. Does anyone have any other options to suggest apart from D? Yeah, Afan here says B. Sridevi says A. Navache Ravin says D. Okay, so majority of them say D. So let's look what's the correct answer. So it's nothing but D, all of these. You might remember, yeah. Let's see. Data can be any items of information, individual facts, figures, or statistics. So obviously, all of these are included, right? Sir, it's Aditi. Okay, sorry, Aditi. So can we proceed to the next question? Yeah, yes. Okay, now, which of these pair of programming languages is mainly used for data science? Is it C and C++? Is it R and Python? Is it JavaScript and Node.js? Is it Swift and Angular? So I see a lot of B here. Niranjan, Harinarayan, and a lot of people are saying B. Does anyone have any other options to suggest? Most commonly, yeah, I see a lot of B here. No one? Any other? So obviously, the right answer is R and Python. No doubt in that. So let's move to the next question. Yeah, identify the data science tool. Remember, I told you to make note of that logo of that data science tool. So let's see. A, I see C, I see A. Anyone? Any other options to suggest? C. Someone says C. C. Okay. So majority of saying are A. Majority of them are saying A. So let us look. Tools of data science. You see, Matplotlib is the correct answer. Now moving to the final question. Are you all ready for the final question? Yes, I see. Yes. So let's see what the final question is. Okay, simple one. Data science include analyzing of data, processing of data, organizing of data, all of this. So I see a lot of D here. Yeah, see a lot of D. So analyzing of data means studying the data. Processing of data means forming data, and organizing means arranging. So obviously all these steps are involved in data science. So obviously the answer is all of this. So I hope everyone got a general idea about what data science is, isn't it? Yes, I see. MS. Hope I didn't bore you. So as I said before, this is only a general idea. Data science is a lot more than this. I have tried my maximum to simplify the concept. Yeah. So that's it, I guess. Is there any other queries? It was a nice presentation. Thank you, Afal Miraz. Any other queries? No. But I will say one thing. As I said, this is just a simplification. In real life, data science is more complex. And it is indeed a difficult. This class was very interesting. And it is indeed a difficult concept to master. So, yes, if you are able to master data science, then it will give you a lot of benefits in the future. But you should remember that it takes a lot of hard work to master data science. It's not a simple process, as I have discussed. It's involved a lot more concepts than this, and it is a challenging concept to learn. Thank you, sir. This class was interesting. Thank you all. Thank you. So it was really great to hear your wishes and all. So thank you. Only hard work succeed. Right. So yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes, Anjana ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Hello, Unnikrishnan.
Yes, ma'am.
So the way of presentation was very nice.
Thank you.
I feel a professional touch in your presentation. So I'm so happy to hear, to attend the session. Okay. And you have explored a variety of applications of data science that would be inevitable in our future, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Inevitable in technology too. So keep up your work. Keep on going.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you have worked so hard to present this session. Very nice. And thank you for the session, Unnikrishnan.
Okay.
So thank you for attending, for all of you, all the audience with patience. So for acquiring this knowledge.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, audience, for your patience.